we find our party in a basement of a church, Church of Melora, in the ruined city of Ekon. Creatures from the Nine Hells have poured out and been destroying this city, now in ruins and in flame. Families and citizens of the city have been killed. Some may have run away. Others still are locked and cowering behind their doors, waiting for a safe chance to escape. The party has tracked us, what seems to be the source of this, to the basement of this Church of Melora, where they have encountered the Satyr and Pixie that they have been trailing. However, once engaged in battle, Ormia found herself on the wrong side of the battle as the Pixie dominated her mind and told her to attack and kill Caelynn. Caelynn was unconscious for a short time. Would have been much longer had it not been for the saving grace of Emercina's healing, turning her to consciousness. Although she still has a bolt sticking out of the side of her, neck there. Ormia broke free just momentarily, long enough to apologize to Caelynn and say, "I'm so sorry," before having her mind dominated on the Pixie's next turn. Felix was attacking the Satyr with furious blow after brutal blow. And that's sort of where we're at currently. So let's bring it right back round. And it looks like we are up on Emercina's turn. Yeah! Everyone can use their feats immediately as well. So skills and spells not yet, but the feats are active as well as the HP. Oh, and Ed, if you want to roll for HP, I can plug that in for you.
Oh, perfect.
Dan, I'm going to try and reconnect because I don't have Ed in the call.
Oh, okay. Alright, let me, where's Warren's camera? There we go. Alright, well, let me give Warren a second, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna wait until...
Welcome back, Warren.
A minute.
Good.
Better?
Yep.
Nice, okay. Alright, let me get you back in here, and, yeah, Em, you can, take it away when you're ready.
Have a lot of coffee.
Nice.
Okay.
The shirt is fitting.
Ormia is right next to me, so I want to use hold person on her to try to she would have to do a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. What you do is I'll open it up here, the little magnifying glass, and you can click, control click on Ormia if you want, and that'll target her. And then just click on the button where it says save under hold person, and it'll automatically roll.
Oops.
Oh, success. Can you see that? Does it show you?
Yeah.
So Ormia feels her muscles tense up, her mind pulled in yet another direction, only to have that shaken off. She resists the hold person effect. Is there anything you'd like to do as a bonus action? Or movement, if you want to move anywhere.
Trying to think of what I can do as a bonus action. I don't have anything very creative. Can I like kick her in the shin?
Probably, yeah. As an action, yeah, but not as a bonus.
What could I do as a bonus?
I mean, as a free action, you could spit at her or something.
I still have to finish reading up on all that.
Free actions are sort of, you can yell, you can talk, you can spit, you can do something that doesn't have an actual mechanics impact. Bonus action would be something like any spell that you have that uses a bonus action. I think you have like maybe Healing Word is a bonus action. But I think that's all you have currently.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Level 4. Yeah. Still not much. Okay. So that brings us back to our friend Zhik, the Satyr. He's locked in combat with Felix, and after taking that last beating from Felix, he just looks down and growls at you. And once again, runs his... sorry, what does he have here? Ooh, ram. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he'd do his short sword. He draws his short sword and tries to slash diagonally up across your chest. What? No, I thought for sure he was gonna miss. He got a 5. I forgot your armor. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Dan.
Sorry.
oh damn it.
He goes to slash upward and you do like a leap backward, but it's just shy where you need to be to escape the... Oop, no, wrong one. There we go. Okay. It pulls at your shirt and tears some of it. Little pieces of cloth come off at the end of his short sword. Alright, and he only has 1, so that's actually all he can do. Okay, that ends his turn. Now, Felix, you're up.
Oh boy. Let's see here.
Do you have a healing potion?
Yeah. I am gonna actually go ahead and use. Yeah, I'd better take. Wait, let's see. I can do that as bonus action. Okay, let's do this instead.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you want to roll your hit point, like make a
That'd be a 1, Dan.
Well, you'll get the average, so 6 plus your con. Let me just add that, and I don't want you to get gypped. Your con is
Thanks.
2. Okay. So what did I say? 6, right? So 2, 8. All right. So you actually have a max of 39. Okay. All right. Now.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use a maneuver on myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, can I do this on myself? Probably not. It says on one of your companions. Okay, never mind.
And don't forget, you have second wind as a fighter.
Yep. Yep.
Just to throw it out there.
That will take an action though. So, and I think I'll just go keep on beating up on this guy and hope for the best.
Okay.
So,
He gets a
seems to work out.
smirk on his face.
right. Okay. So we'll go ahead and use a lighting stick and to attack.
He puts his sword up over his shoulder.
And then since that missed, I'm gonna go ahead and use the back end and use the same thing.
Okay, he dodges.
Yeah. And
There's his fangs a little bit.
attack. Oh my god.
Oh.
No.
Okay, no matter. I'm going to move.
Run away.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move. 2, 3, 4. Back there. Right behind Embersina.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the fresh wound across your torso pinches and aches as you go to make these strikes, just throwing you off your core there, which is the main component of your battle.
I'll risk the opportunity attack.
Yeah, he's going to use a short sword. I'm just going to click it back on him for a second here. As you escape, he quickly brings the blade down. Okay, that hits. Tries to drop it down on your shoulder, but you're already back turning away, so it slices right across the top and down the back of your shoulder, again cutting into the cloth shirt in the back of your shoulder as you navigate your way back to the entrance of the room. And I'll put it back on your turn in case you have anything else.
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
I don't know if
Right, Emil, you are up.
I think Emil will continue to attack the cultist with his bow, trying to stay out of sight here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not actually in that corner. I think I'm just out around the corner off the map.
Yes, you're in the hallway that turns 90 degrees, so you're around the corner. You pop in. You know what? I'll scoot you sort of here, where you pop in for a second. As you duck out of the shadows, Felix is running right in your line of sight, and you're just like, oh, you're ready to release the arrow, and you have to bogart the shot. Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action to hide back up again.
Okay, you immediately put a bow back on your back and duck into. All right, well, there's good news. Ormia's directive is to kill Caelynn, so she's going to walk over there. That's going to provoke an attack of opportunity from both Emracina and Felix. So she's going to start walking over here next to Caelynn, who's prone, I believe, crouched down on the floor. Mm-hmm. So Em and Felix, if you guys want to target Ormia, you can both roll an attack. Oh, you've already got her targeted.
Oops.
Oh.
Nah, I did that.
Alright, Felix. 19. Woo! Felix, I think you had Zhik targeted, maybe? Well, I guess it doesn't matter if it's an 8 was the total.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are running back and you go to slash at her, but you all at the same time you're seeing Emil pop out and you're like, oh, so you sort of swing and miss. Em, you do hit. So go ahead and roll damage on your whatever melee weapon you're using. Mm-hmm. Got to be a melee attack.
Melee. I'm gonna use one of my daggers.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna hit her with the staff.
Okay.
I haven't used that in a while.
Mm.
Let me know. This is the right one?
Yep. Definitely, it's not doing the.
Oh, that's weird.
Wow, I really thought Ormia was much more hurt, but I guess not. Okay. So that makes the wound.
I'm gonna pick it up and go.
Oh right, she had that temporary life and stuff. Okay, yeah, you clock her, try and hit her across the back of the head, and she's hustling away from you. So you do catch part of the neck, and she kind of shakes it off and just keeps running towards Caelynn. She
just won't die.
Caelynn, she rolls up to you. So you're down. You've been hiding to avoid any more bolts. Mm-hmm. And now she's standing over you, looking very ominous. There's a bit of a... it's not super bright down here. There are candelabra on the tables in the room, so there's a soft, eerie red glow on the side of her face and dim light for the rest of the room, just like looking over you with a rapier. She'll actually have advantage because you're prone currently. Alright, let me open up her thing here. So she's going to... Gosh. that, and that. Alright, so she's going to have advantage, and she's going to attempt to attack you with her rapier. Which hits. Okay. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Okay. She just runs it down just above your navel, just runs it through you. You hear it clink on the floor. Or the back of the inside of the back of your armor. Clink! She got through a space between the different pieces that make up your chest piece. Alright, and she is going to... What's her thing here? Alright, I'm not as familiar with her stuff. So I just have to take a quick look. Oh, here it is. Not that. Nope. 2 points.
That does not sound good.
No, she's not going to do that because I'm not positive how that works, and I don't want anyone to. Okay, all right, good. That's all she can do. And
okay. Do I get since I do have parry as one of my maneuvers? Am I able to parry the attack?
Oh, let's see. You're prone.
Or no?
Well, let me take a peek because I think so. I just want to make sure that prone doesn't have anything. Fighting style was this. That's not it. Parry. I know we put this in here somewhere. Thought we did. But I did. I mean, yeah, just how does parry read? Do you have that up perchance? Let me take a look. I'll see if I can get
the. I don't have the official. I just have a note that I made that when another creature damages you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority die to reduce the damage by the number you.
I'd say go ahead then. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because even if you're down, you have your weapon. You can still.
And that's a D8, right?
Yes. Yep.
For that.
Mm-hmm. So as she goes, as she goes to pierce through, you swing your short sword around and it scrapes across the front of your torso, but not through. There's no piercing.
Good,
All right,
good.
Woo! All right, let me give you back 6 points here.
Yes.
There we go. Back in the green. Okay, that's all for Ormia. So next up is Rhinwen, who I think would also... She's been just transfixed on this cultist. Let's see what she has left here. Okay. Right, she's out in here. So she would probably... I don't know. That hasn't been going really well for her. Alright, I think that she would 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's 1, 2, 3. She can't get there. Crap. Alright, she's focused on that cultist. She'd probably use Guiding Bolt, because that's, again, one of her faves and is really powerful when it hits. Alright, she's going to attack the cultist with her Guiding Bolt. Okay, unfortunately, that she seems to be almost not furious, but really upset. Much more so than you've seen her. She usually has sort of that detached demeanor. Holds her holy symbol and points her finger out, and bolt of divine energy flies out and ricochets off one of the, I guess they're pillars. in the center of the room, missing the cultist. Some of the stonework crumbles off of that pillar and scatters across the floor. Alright, who's she have anyone near? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright, Caelynn's just out of range. I'm just gonna see if anyone nearby looks like they're... Oh, Felix. Yeah, okay. So I feel like she would also use her bonus action to cast Healing Word. Felix. Oh, that's Emil. Ooh, okay. Except she rolled a 1. I thought she rolled higher. Anyway, so that's 4 points of healing to you, Felix. You feel a slight bit better as some of the pain recedes from your shoulder.
Nice.
Okay. Ooh, boy. Alright, cultist is up. Gosh, everyone's right there. Alright. Cultist, from his position up near the a pulpit on the back raised platform of this room, is almost gnashing his teeth back at Rhinwen after seeing her hold up her holy symbol. And he says, I will burn any enemy of Zebaween. And just starts racing. Like he's trying to run so hard he's almost going to fall. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You hear a bit of a metal clank, 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 clank as he's running over. And he reaches behind his back and pulls out a lantern. It's a metal on the bottom and the top and metal framework. And it has a soft glow to the lantern, but it has almost like a thin, like a muslin, like a white cloth that covers the sides to prevent any direct light to the eyes. And he chucks it over at you guys, which is 5, 10, 15. 15 feet away, so I'm just going to have him do a strength check here. He goes to chuck it. Shink! It falls out of his hand in his fervor. He rolled a 1. In his fervor to chuck this thing at Rhinwen, because he couldn't reach her, this lantern just clatters down behind him on the floor. And that's his whole turn. Which is... Womp womp. Caelynn!
Okay.
You're
it's
up.
My turn. It's my turn. I'm battered a bit bruised, but I'm still going. So Ormia is still, according to the map, she's still right there at me, right?
Ormia is still standing over you, glowering down.
Alright.
Die. Just die.
Oh, jeez Louise. I did not even realize until just now that it gives you, it looks like the HP if you hover over them, over the bad guys, it seems.
It does what? Sorry.
That it gives the HP when you, like, hover over.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that before. Okay, alright. Well, well, I guess I don't want to go. I don't want to go after Ormia. Has it been established? I asked this outside, but has it been established that have we found out anything that I've missed that will help Ormia, that will get her out of the spell, or no?
Now, I think Emil was the only one that picked up on magic being used. However, you did see her change demeanor entirely for a minute and apologize. I'm so sorry. I have to kill you.
Yeah, I can't.
Jump right back in.
Caelynn wouldn't be able to go after her. Caelynn would not be able to. Yeah, she's. So I'm going to GTFO,
Okay.
and
You'll have half your speed because it takes half of your movement to stand up from prone.
Absolutely, great.
Sorry.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, can I? Let's see. I do have. Do I have dash? Have I already used dash? Is dash only?
No, I mean you can use that every turn, but you just won't have like an attack action or it's your action to do a second thing of movement.
You still have action search?
I don't think that I've used that yet.
No, I think that was just Felix, right?
Yeah, I've used mine.
Yeah, that was.
Okay. Okay. Good idea. So yeah. So I want to get out of here. So I do want to dash. Now dashing, that will. How far can I go if I dashed right now? Yeah.
Let's see. What's your movement speed? Is it 25 feet?
Where's that information?
That is on the front page. Yes, 25.
Okay.
I think it rounds down. For now, though, we'll say you have 15 until I look it up and give it the benefit of the doubt. So 15 plus 25, so you have 40
so I can
feet
move
of
about
movement.
three blocks, three blocks.
Eight blocks.
8 blocks. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use action surge. I'm going to dash to get away from this crazy woman. And gosh, is there a way I can turn? No, the grid on myself or?
You
know, like how far?
Oh, gosh, I think there's maybe like a ruler thing or Warren.
Okay, I see it. It's
okay.
very faint. Okay. All right. So, and I can move like diagonally, or no?
Yep, that's also one space of movement, diagonals.
So I can make it over to Zhik.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then still have my action.
4, 5, 6. Yep.
Yes. All right. Okay.
So. Yeah, because you'd have. Well, with your. Right, you would. Yep, because you'd have that much just from your action and movement, and then you'd be able to use your action surge. Yep.
Okay, so I'm using my action surge. I'm dashing over to Zhik, or however. I am going to just hit him with my short sword. Now, do we know, Dan, how my dual wielding works? Is that just one action, or do I have to take two, or would I have to take 2 actions for that?
Well, one of the attacks uses your action, which you have. The other one uses your bonus action. But I think that your action, you need to use a bonus action to get your action surge. Does that sound right, Ed?
No, I think you just. It just triggers.
Okay, then so you can use your action to attack.
Okay.
And your bonus action from the beforehand
to
do your second swing.
Here. Get this off. All right, so I'm going to get this in. All right, and
oh, sweet, thank you, Felix. So you hustle your heavy metal boots clinking across the stone floor until you have the soft thud of the carpet you run up on. Nice. And you dive in with your short sword to run Zhik through. First attack is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You just run through his torso upward. Gets about halfway through. He's got sort of a meaty torso. Go ahead and make your second attack. You pull that short sword out and come around with the other one.
So I do the attack here again.
Oh, that was the damage.
Okay, so I do. Okay, sorry.
No problem.
That's gonna. Okay. Oh, I did. That was my crossbow too. I did the wrong one.
Oh. Let me check. I think that's the same.
That's fine.
Hang on, that would actually be
It's
plus
It'd be 2 more.
plus 2 more. Let me just check Zhik's thing here. Oh, nope, that actually would have hit him had it been the sword. So that hits. Go ahead and roll your second thing of damage.
Okay, let me try and do this correctly here. Okay.
With the first sword like halfway run through his torso, you just come up with the other one and drive it down down into his chest. I guess through his side to make like an X. Woo! He coughs up blood, mostly down the front of your armor and on the floor in front of you. He's looking so close to death.
So low. Okay.
He snarls, got blood kind of dripping down his teeth and fangs.
All right. That is perfect. Perfect. I am done. Right. Okay, this stupid little fairy is next. Okay.
Ooh, well, all right. Let's see. So that's that, but you can still do. Ooh, that one. Okay. All right. So this, after seeing her mate run through with 2 short swords by Caelynn, she turns to you, Caelynn, and starts muttering a spell. It's just a
No.
Ooh. Okay. You feel her presence invade your mind just for a second.
Uh-huh.
Before standing next to her, before the carpet below her, because she's flying, ruffles up like there's something underneath it, larger, sort of pouring over itself, and then bursting through the carpet is this mass of body parts, limbs, arms, hands clawing out, feet, gnarled faces with jaws that disconnect and drop about a foot, that starts lumbering towards you.
Ew.
Did Caelynn not have the inspiration dice?
She does, if she wanted to use that. Well, yeah, I'll let you use it if you want to.
What am I mean, I'm sorry, what am I
You
using?
have
Is it attacking
the
me?
inspiration die from rolling the highest number at the beginning of the game. So you can you choose to use that now or later, it's up to you. And when you choose to use it, you can roll a d6, and whatever that roll is, you can add it to the save that you rolled to see if you resist whatever's going on.
Or for an attack roll later.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Okay. All right. You take 1 point of psychic damage. Little pinch in your mind as this nightmarish thing creeps towards you.
Okay.
Ogre. They're not in here. Okay. M, back to you.
Considering my first was very anticlimactic. How far? Hold on, 5, 10, 15.
Oh, no one else sees that thing, by the way.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Wait. Wait.
Let me see. Okay, so he's almost dead. I am going to. This would unclick. There we go. I'm gonna move over here and 5, 10, 15, 20. Right here.
Okay.
Ramen noodles.
I attack with ramen.
Instead of thorn whip, it's ramen noodles.
Nice.
Eat this food, stuff it. No, oh, that would be awesome. Reminds me of the lollipop thing last night. I want to use my bow to shoot at that. What's that little fairy pixie?
The Pixie, yeah.
Pixie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That annoying little booger. Yep. Oh!
Curses!
I am.
She's just too fast. You lock her in your sights, release the arrow, it flies, just does a little buzz out of the way, darting around.
That thing is so freaking annoying. I want to use one of my. Would I be able to use Thorn Whip on her? Is she too far? She's 30.
Well, that would be another
Is she
action.
too far away? Yeah.
If you have anything bonus action, you can do that, and you have a little bit of movement left.
Okay, I'm gonna come. I'll just be right there.
Oh, Zeke. Zeke. What's he gonna do?
Somebody said noodle whip. Right.
Nice. Don't Google that.
Noodle whip.
Ew, I don't want to know.
So Zeke just shows no fear in the face of death. With Caelynn's two swords run through him, he just kind of, has again that blood running down his face over his teeth and fangs, and goes to butt your head.
A headbutt.
Fun.
Oh,
Of course.
Oh man.
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
damage.
wow.
You rolled 2
A
ones.
pretty
How's that?
strong headbutt.
Does this smashing headbutt. Yeah, that's all he can do. He doesn't have multi-attack. He cracks, some of the skin open on his forehead too, and just and clips and clops back his hooves
This
a
dude is
little bit.
psychotic.
Okay, that's Felix.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to give Caelynn another turn, another attack, because she seems like she's about to finish Zeke off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say, try to knock him out if you can. It'd be great to question him when this is all over. And boom,
Okay.
do your thing.
Yes. All right. So I attack now, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. This is perfect. All right.
Do you want to use like non-lethal damage, like with the hilt of your sword or something, to try and knock him out, or do you want to go for a kill?
I think we'll try and knock him out.
Okay.
Because we do need to talk to someone. And I would rather talk to him than that stupid Pixie woman chick thing. Alright, yeah, so we'll use the hilt of my sword. So I just roll just a regular attack though, right?
Yeah, just a regular
Okay.
attack. Mm-hmm.
Okay, alright.
It hits.
Alright.
How would you like to destroy this creature, Caelynn? You've got your 2 swords in him, one through the front, the other through his side, and then you get this next hit. How would you like to do it?
Yeah, well, I'm going to knock him out. I'm not going to kill him. So I'm just going to pull out both swords and with both the hilts just like knock him in the head really hard and just watch him fall to the ground.
You
Big
reel
smile
both
on my
hands
face.
back and just crack him in both sides of the temple
Yeah.
with the butts of your
Yeah,
Kill
and then
bear.
I point my sword at this pixie chick, and I'm like, "You're next."
She looks angry now. Yeah.
Yeah, like as his body's like falling to the ground. Yeah, okay.
Woo!
Beautiful. All right. All right. I'm gonna keep him there for now. He collapses. Emil.
It's still Felix's turn, and Sam is ready.
Oh, thank you.
Felix only used his.
That's weird.
his
Okay.
bonus.
Felix. That's the second time I've done that. Sorry, guys. Damn in here. What you want to do, Felix?
Oh, I finished my turn.
Oh, right. You gave the bonus. No, but that was just a bonus, wasn't it?
No, that uses my attack action.
Okay, gotcha.
Aw.
All right. So that brings us over to Emil.
Same plan as last time, only hopefully I'll roll better.
Neat.
Nice.
Opening ceremonies are really cool, guys.
And I'll use my bonus action to try and hide out again.
Okay. Okay, sorry, let's take a peek here. Oh yeah, beautiful then. Alright.
That was effortless.
Okay. Damage, damage, damage. Yep, so you come out and do just that. Unleash your arrow. Fires right through the cultist who's still like running at Rhinewin. And you just put an arrow through the knee. He stumbles a little bit and takes a fair bit of damage. Oof. Ormia. Alright, where is she? 30 feet?
Am I still dominated?
You are, yes.
Does she have to make a-
Caelynn is now up
did
near.
I get to, did I ever make a save if I ever got hit? Did I ever get hit?
Not yet. Nope, Caelynn opted to beat feet and go after the things causing it. And she knocked Zhik unconscious.
Oh yeah, yeah. Zeke's down.
Okay, so I'm still supposed to attack Caelynn.
Mm.
2, 4, 5. I'm sorry, I can reach you. If I could go to this roll. Do you want me to make a roll for that? If I like slide across the table?
It's a low table. You won't. It's not really difficult terrain. Yeah.
I can't grab my
Well,
token.
I mean, I guess she was cowering under it, so yeah, you could probably just walk around it, or use a ranged.
Nope, I can go around it, and I can't grab my token.
Huh.
I don't have control of it.
That's strange.
But I can unfortunately come up directly behind Caelynn.
Okay. Let me move her for you this time, then. Oh, right, with you being brutal.
Oh shit.
But it's not flanking because Zhik is unconscious.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I'm supposed to use all of my abilities. to
Yeah,
the
I was just looking over
fullest, right?
Heartseeker or whatever, and I was like, oh no!
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd have to do that.
If it hits, might not hit.
If it hits. Okay, let's find out if it does. Sorry, TV.
You hustle up behind Caelynn.
Okay.
Caelynn, you just knocked her on the head.
Yeah, I still can't. Okay, I can't like.
That is so weird.
That's really weird. I think I can.
Is
I
there a
can't
different?
move anybody.
Is there a different mode maybe that you can go into for measuring versus moving. Does that sound right? We just, yeah, owned by Ormia. Oh, because you're, maybe because
How about
you're marked as an
because I'm-
hostile?
Okay.
Let me put you to friendly. Does that let you do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really weird. Okay.
I'll just put it back to enemy after you do your stuff. Caelynn, you hear very soft. You almost don't hear the footsteps as Ormia hustles up behind you. Ow! Assessing your armor, your weak points.
And the very first time I get to use any swagger points, I will spend my own two, to use the Heartseeker, so it turns a regular successful strike into a critical.
Dun dun dun. Finding just the right spot in your armor, she thrusts her rapier. And is that so? It'll actually have to be. Oh, you did it already. You added the 2.
I doubled the dice.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. To Caelynn.
Is that +5? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. I have one weapon out.
Yeah, you feel slide in between your ribs from behind. Caelynn just rapier, again clinking the inside of the front of your armor. Pulls back out. You feel like it ran through something important.
Oh, sure.
But those are my only 2 swagger points. So there's that.
Anything else for Ormia this round?
All of my abilities are my inspiration dice known?
Yeah, anything you have in your repertoire to kill her, to complete the command.
I'll give an inspiration die to the Pixie.
You know what? I won't have you do that because that's sort of instead of you killing her, that's sort of helping someone else. I'll say you don't have to do that.
Thank you.
Thanks. So kind. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Alright, I will bump you back to an enemy. Okay, over to Rheinwin, who's gonna hustle up here and try and meet this cultist halfway as it's racing towards her. And she's pretty sharp. I think that she would actually, it's not moving the map yet, run behind it to get advantage with Emracina. And she would attack. Your Caelynn's the targets.
Thank you.
Alright, what does she have here? She's got something, she's scimitar, I think she would like. Have any spells? Yeah, she's been missing so much with that. I think she'd go to her scimitar. Oh, and hits! Alright.
Nice.
So she hacks at across the back of this cultist that growls and turns around at her and calls her a couple profanities because he's a jerk. Okay, and I think that she would probably toss as a bonus action a heal to Caelynn. Healing word. She'd see the state that Caelynn's in and look over and cast this heal. Healing Caelynn for 4 points total. Man, sorry Rheinwin, I keep rolling 1s for your stuff. Okay, over to the cultist who's now facing her. What would he do? Okay, He leans down and picks up this lantern. Rhineland's not here, but I'll have her roll. M, go ahead and make a perception check if you would.
Caught me with my mouth full.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
sorry. And what do you have to say?
Woo!
Okay, 2 really good rolls. It takes you and Rhinewind so off guard that this cultist, from his manic running and being slashed and hurt in this predicament, takes the time to pick up a lantern that you both immediately look at the lantern. And you see inside this lantern, there's this soft glow of light. And on this white muslin-like canvas, you see little tiny humanoid silhouettes banging against the white linen that wraps around the lantern. As
Oh,
though-
that's just wrong.
he
That's so weird.
Well, he picks it up, and let's see who's. Gotta get back to the map. Who's within 5 feet of him? Is it just the 2 of you?
Hey,
Okay. He utters a phrase, and I'm going to need, well, Emersina and Rhinewen to roll a wisdom saving throw, please. Oh, snap. Okay. Oh, Em, you just made it. Sweet. Okay, so you feel your mind and soul being ripped from your body, but you instantly put all your energy into getting free of whatever effect is taking place and manage to do so. You still take 1 point of psychic damage. However, Rhinewen, let's see who can see. So Felix and Emil, you guys are probably watching. Caelynn, you're probably a little busy.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. So Felix and Emil and Emersina, you watch as he holds this lantern up in front of him, utters this word, and Rhinewen screams as her person is spaghettified and pulled into this lantern. This bright flash of light goes off, and instead of casting shadows further, it actually draws her shadow toward it in with a spaghettification and disappears, seemingly sucked into this lantern. So Felix and Emil, if you guys want to roll perception checks, I imagine you'd probably look at the lantern at this point.
what?
Okay. Emil, you see those tiny silhouettes. And I think you'd see it too, Felix. So a 10 is the mark. So you also see little tiny silhouettes, at least 6 or 8 of them from what you can see, all moving around one another, many of them banging against this cloth that wraps around the lantern. And that's his turn. That's all he can do. Caelynn, it's your turn.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I am pretty down there. So I'm going to do, I think I still have, yes, I have a couple potions still.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give myself a potion.
Okay.
It's
just a bonus action to feed yourself a potion. So you'll
Yeah.
still have your action and movement.
Alright, great. Okay, so that helps, like, what, 4 points?
I think it should be 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So I roll 4.
So if you want to roll 2d4, and then we'll just add 2 to the total. Okay, so 7 healing.
Seven.
Alright, perfect.
Yay!
You pop the
Okay,
cork,
let's see better.
swig this thing as hard as you can.
Feel better.
And,
Feel a little bit better. Not quite 100%, but still a bit better than 6 points away from dying. And oh man, I don't know.
You have Ormia at your back, and about
I
10 feet
know.
away, the little Pixie buzzing about,
What?
scornful look on her face.
Yeah, she is upset. She's very upset. Yeah, we get it. We get it. I feel like I need to. I think I'm going to maybe move and help Rywan and Emerstina with the cultist.
Okay.
'Cause
I get attack of opportunity on you.
What?
If you move, I'm gonna try to hit you.
Well, I'm going to move because I can't do anything else except turn around and hit you. So, that's fine.
Aww. Caelynn still believes in the in Ormia. I can't attack.
Yeah, no. Caelynn's not going to attack Ormia.
Mm-hmm.
No. So I guess, yeah, go ahead and attack me.
Okay.
I must be a terrible person because I'd be like,
Okay, that doesn't work. That's a 12 to hit.
12. What's your AC, Caelynn?
It's
My AC is 17.
Jeez. Okay. Misses. And then
Yes.
some. Clink! It just clinks off your armor. And she,
Yeah.
Mia pulls back. She's like, I can't believe I just. Oh no!
Yeah, I just turn back and I look at Ormia playfully before I dash away, and I go, and I'm going to move over here to the stupid cultist,
Mhm.
and
Looking fairly hurt, by the way. Fair amount of blood.
oh sure, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use my my short sword, my wielding.
Okay.
There you go. See here. Yeah. Okay. And did I just roll?
It's
3
rolling
now?
against Zhik, too. Let me just get
I
target
see.
Zhik. There you go. I'll target just the cultist for you. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
However, it missed.
It was missed.
First attack missed the
First
cultist.
attack missed.
Mhm.
So I still have my other one.
Mhm.
So
You slash down, miss with the first one, come back, drawing your second. Oh, we've got them one in each hand. When you slash
Yeah.
across near the neck
yeah.
and hit
Yeah.
the second
Okay.
attack. Clean across the neck, you just open it up and his head tips back and does one bounce before just completely folding over behind his body. And he just drops down dead.
"Woo!
Nice.
You're on a roll."
Okay. All right. So. Okay.
Lantern clinks on the floor. Clink, 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 clink. Little silhouettes of people banging on it, trying to.
If we step on it or crush it or something, will it free the little thingies inside and have them return to the person's body or whatever?
They can give it a shot.
Do we? Ooh, I don't want to. Are we going to? All right. Can I try to stomp on it? I've already used a bonus action for my potion, so it's probably no.
Yeah, not this turn, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. Okay, not perfect, but we'll deal. We'll deal. All right. So I am done.
Okay.
Stupid pixie.
Velle, okay. She's pretty irked. What does she have here? Yeah, she doesn't have any of that. Okay. Range. And he's going to do this at level. She starts. Oh, I see. 20 feet. That's not going to get. 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10. No. Okay, so she looks at you, Caelynn, and starts muttering a spell. Oh. Hang on a sec. I've got to reread the other spell she did. I think that this does this each of your turns.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
Dan, you're fuzzy.
He just laughs.
Dan, you're fuzzy.
Camera.
Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Code phrase. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Come on, Dan.
Is this? Did it get
It's
any
still
better?
fuzzy.
Sorry.
No,
Alright.
it
Come on,
didn't.
silly camera. Slowly. Okay. Whew.
Hey, there you go.
All right. So if you can make a an investigation skill check, Caelynn.
Okay.
Oh, Frank has a good idea. For Caelynn to do a perception check to know what the lantern is.
Aha.
20.
Oh snap!
Ooh.
So this amorphous blob of limbs and stuff has continued to pursue you as you've been running, bolting away, and taking care of this cultist.
Try
And
not to look at
But like you're still walking around killing everything. So
Yeah.
a number of the heads form together, 5 around, 1 in the center, and all start spewing this. Initially, it looks like vomit, but then it turns into has a searing heat to it, like lava. And as you're just like, WTF, no.
Yeah.
You perceive it as an illusion,
Okay.
and
Great.
once you have that power over it, it disappears.
Oh!
Which save you from taking damage from it, because that's what that spell can do.
I just glare at it. Poof.
Nice. Alright, so anyway, that was just leftover from last turn
Sure.
from Velle. So she looks at you, Caelynn, and starts muttering a spell. And this is the... Okay.
A lot of die.
I need a fast... Let me look at the party tracker here. I need a fast way to look through this. Alright, who's lowest in health? We've got no, but Felix, you're out of range. It's just M and Caelynn.
No.
Caelynn...
Me.
How many hit points do you have currently, Caelynn?
I have 12? No, I have no. I have 17.
Okay.
17.
You are overcome with drowsiness. In the middle of a fight, you feel weak and tired. You can't keep your eyes open. Your body becomes so heavy, and you just collapse asleep.
Okay.
In the middle.
Great.
So if you had, what'd you say, 17?
Yeah.
Just use my calculator, so let me make sure I don't mess this up. How many hit points do you have, M? You've got 23. Okay. You start to feel sleepy, M. You're like,
Oh no.
what am I doing? And you shake it off.
Oh my god, can you That's what happens when he blows his nose.
Oh. That was M snoring a little bit. And
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just RP that.
Nice. And now it's your turn, Em.
This pixie is pissing me off. I want to use a lucky point.
Okay. Well, what do you want to use it for?
Oh gosh.
I mean, usually if you want to do whatever roll or check or attack thing first, and then if it isn't good, you can...
Reroll.
Yeah, use your luck.
Yeah. So, I want to go up to that stupid twinkle toes up there.
Oh.
10, 15. Like, I'm gonna go straight up next to her.
Okay.
And try and see if I can stab her with one of my daggers.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Like,
Uh,
hopefully. Okay. Yeah. That was...
First one misses. Let me retarget Velle for you. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think
if
I
you
untargeted.
if you want to use your luck, you may, and you can do a second attack roll and choose that number over the first. Fingers crossed. Oh, that was
weird.
damage. Hang on.
That was weird.
That's all right. We will. I'll get that in a sec.
Don't do things with your eyes closed, kids.
I mean, I guess the roll. Nah, I guess you'd have to do another attack roll because that was a different. That wasn't a D20 for the damage. So. 16. I'm almost positive hits. Yep. Plus whatever. So go ahead. Now you can roll the attack damage. The damage, rather. That was silly. Yeah. Or, I wonder why it's not. Oh, well.
That is. It's just been tonight.
So you deal 4 points. Now that would be 4. Alright, let me just go in. You're using your dagger, which is a 1d4. You'd actually have to, under your dagger, you should be able to drag the 1d4 plus 3 piercing right into the chat and roll that. Yeah, there we go, nice. Dealing 6 points of damage to Velle. She's buzzing around and you come around with like almost a hook strike. Yeah, or over, whichever. And you hear a little tiny helium, voice on helium squeak as you cut her. Okay. All right, she was gonna do that. Well, whatever. That's my fault. I forgot. Okay. Zhik, who's unconscious, brings us back to. I'm sorry. Em, did you have anything else you wanted to do? You were good. Okay.
I'm good.
Felix.
I feel better now.
Oh, good.
Sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and use the benefits of my polearm and move my maximum movement, but that keeps me within 10 feet of
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna send you a
Pixie
message.
here.
Okay,
which lets me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use a lighting stick. So.
Oh man, oh, so close. Yeah, she's just fast and she darts just around the end of the lightning.
Sure, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use the back of it for another strike.
Ooh, that one hits. Swing it down right on top of her.
3 points. So that was movement. Action, bonus action. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay, nice. Strikes her over the head. Spins awkwardly for a minute before, balancing herself. Let me think about that, Sam, and I'll let you know here in a minute. That's a good question. Emil, you're up.
Same thing as the last times, except this time I'm focusing on Velle. So I made my roll.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, nice. Yeah, that hits.
Velle needs to make a concentration check from getting hit by M.
Yeah, she's gonna have to do 2 saves because of the other attack too. Alright, so Emil, you come out and you're just like, good night. Ooh, you know. You fire your arrow and it does a boatload of damage. It actually pins her up against that pillar. Before she's trying to with a lot of pain. She pulls herself off the tip of the arrow and frees herself, but she's really, really, really wounded. So she's going to have to do 2 Constitution saving throws, concentration, essentially. The first one was for 3. Well, yeah, you never know. She does have a negative. That would be Constitution. Oh yeah, she makes the first one. The second one being the damage she took from Warren. Oh no. Ormia, finally, you've been resisting this entire time, just unsuccessfully. Finally, as she's pinned against a pillar by this arrow, you see your chance and put all your will into pushing her out of your mind, and successfully do so. You are back to your normal self. Put you back to green there. Okay. It was just way too much struggle and damage. Okay, and that you're up right now, Ormia. What great timing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna run over here. 1, 2. I'm gonna jump directly over Zhik. Whoops, turning. And if I jump over him, I'm gonna drop on his plate. And I'm gonna come up behind her and just not say anything, just stab her the same way I did Caelynn.
Nice.
I'm pushing around buttons here, everything.
Just misses. She's extra frantic and darting around big time now. She actually didn't notice you initially, and that is just happenstance. She was darting in a pattern that managed to miss. She turns and notices you now, like, ugh! Anything else for Ormia?
That our feats apply now,
Feats
or
are-
is that after our long rest?
You've got feats. You can use them. Yep.
I can use the feat. Okay.
Does she not have advantage on that attack because of flanking?
Oh, you are absolutely right, Warren. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah, so
you.
go ahead and do a second attack roll on that. That one hits. Nice, Warren. Sweet, thank you. Woo! Yeah, go ahead and roll some damage. Oh, nice. What's she at? Oh gosh, yeah.
And let me just make sure that this isn't a bonus action that I can do because spells. That's an action. That's also an action. Sorry, I should have looked this up. That's also an action. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, so as she's darting around, you just bide your time because she hasn't seen you yet, and you just pierce through, and you get a little tiny bit of her leg. She flies upside down as you pierce through part of her leg for a minute. You pull it back and snap her off the end of your rapier.
And then I'm gonna move over here and kind of like almost on top of Zhik, keeping an eye on her, just moving around her.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wait for the compass to be done before picking it up.
Ah, okay. Neat. All right, that's... Oh, okay, so Rhinewin. Rhinewin, isn't here, but she's trapped inside. I guess I wouldn't really describe it because she's not here and you guys wouldn't know. It'd be a waste of time. So Rhinewin's experiencing life trapped inside a lantern with a bunch of other people that only she would know about, I guess, for now. However, I feel like she would probably try and smash her way out.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't really have... let's give it a shot. Oh, 16. Okay. Oh, right. So... She also has to do...
Which actually, Dan, if you're allowing our ability score increases and everything right now, that should be another damage on top of that because I increased my dexterity.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, she got 17 on that. Okay. All right. Let me give you put an extra point
All
on
the
there.
things. We'll do this during the break. How about that? But I'm just letting you know that should be 1 more point of damage.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll up that. All right. So, Rhinewin, you all see a flash of bright light again from the lantern. And it's this odd light. It's very bright, almost like direct sunlight, except it doesn't burn your eyes at all. There's none of that pain or reeling from the light. And you see numerous shadows reach across the floor and stretch up the walls. And that's all that's happening for right now. That brings us to Caelynn.
Cool. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. So she's down. She's down. Okay. I am going to. I think I'm able to make it to the other side of her, right, Dan? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other side to.
You could go
flank her
around.
there?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I am going to do my short swords again.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. All right. So
With
But
advantage.
don't forget to Oh, yep, you got it. With advantage. Yep.
with advantage.
Mm-hmm. M is keeping her busy on the exact opposite side, so her attention's split between the two of you.
Okay. How do I put in the advantage?
Oh, it's ADV down at the bottom left of the whole of
So
Fantasy
the plus
Grounds.
2, right?
Just ADV.
Oh, just the ADV. Okay. Got you. Okay. And she's targeted.
That hits.
Yes.
First strike
Yes.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage for the first one. We'll see.
Got that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you once again, you strike down. She once again gets hit. You hear a yelp of pain as you go down. You just feel a little bit of resistance. She's about a foot tall, so.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
But make your advantage again, of course.
Oh, I have to hit advantage again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, why did it do 2? Did it do 2?
Yeah, roll 2 because you had advantage.
Oh, okay, but it missed.
The second one, she's just squirming around too much, buzzing about, and you go to try and strike, and you hit some of the stone of the pillar, sink, and it deflects your blow, missing.
What? That's horrible. That's horrible. Okay.
The other one was a 1.
I think that's all I can do, so I will pass it on. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Velle looks at the situation. She's wounded. She has a tear through her shoulder where she was pinned by an arrow. She has a number of slashes across her body. Now. She looks over the unconscious Zhik. And you hear her utter a spell. And Zhik rouses from consciousness. Still wounded, but slightly healed.
The compass is on him.
I'm sorry, the what? Oh, unconscious, thanks.
The compass. I dropped the compass.
Oh, okay. Alright, you've set the compass down and it's begun siphoning the blood. Actually, that's a good point. Let me check and see what... Oh, okay. Okay, when it comes back to your turn, we'll see what's cooking. But the compass is crawling over him currently, getting ready to set up and siphon blood.
But on my last turn, as I jumped over him, I dropped it on him.
Okay.
So I don't know if it did anything. Or
nothing yet. It's whirring to life, and it'll do its thing on. It's your turn. All right, we'll say it's doing it now. If you dropped it, then you see it begin to siphon blood, and then out of another section, it latches on, sucks blood into the bottom, and you haven't seen this happen before, but it actually starts releasing the blood from a release valve out of the side. Something pops open and starts pouring the blood out. Make an intelligence check if you want as you see that. You know what? You did research, so while it didn't actually state this, I'll let you roll that with advantage. You want to roll a second intelligence check? There we go. While it didn't mention specifically what types of creatures it can use blood from, it didn't, no information isn't the same as, I don't know, I lost my train of thought there. You don't know specifically what types of creatures you can draw blood from.
it's looking like not fake.
Possibly, yeah, not Fae.
If he isn't fake.
Spews the blood out the side. But it's still whirring and doing its business. It's just pumping it out to the side. And, I'm actually going to give him a little bit of damage for that, because it is siphoning blood and spitting it out. Alright, so he takes a little bit of damage again. 2 points of damage from that. Okay, that was it for Velle's turn. She doesn't really have much she can do. That brings us back to Emracina.
Yeah, I think we should take that off of him. Because we were trying to find somebody to talk to and not... We just wanted to knock him out.
You know what? I'll let us, in this exciting moment, I think we'll do our bio, because while we're at the end here, I also don't want to overrun the bio too much. So, for those who don't know, we take a quick 5 to 8 minute bio break. We will catch you all back here. We'll keep streaming, and we'll just catch you back here in about 5-8 minutes or so. All right, thanks. Catch you in a minute. Hello, everyone. Ah, it's 3 of me. No one wants that. Hang on a sec. Too many Dans. All right, let's head back up here. Nope. Okay, we don't have Sam just yet, so I'll turn that one off. Let's get Warren back. Oh, I didn't unmute the other one. Okay. Much better. Fewer Dans. Okay. Alright, so where's the fun, right? M, your turn is up. Velle just healed Zhik for a little bit. You see this little compass on top spewing out blood from the side. Your turn.
I want to say to her, like, what is your deal? What is your problem? I'm gonna whack her in the face with my staff. Because I'm so nice. Alright.
Okay. And you have
Oh,
advantage,
that's
so
wrong.
click the ADV button before you roll.
Oh, gotcha. That. Do I have her? Yeah. I have her targeted. Longbow. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I don't want to click on the wrong thing.
Nice, that hits.
Yes!
Yeah.
And...
That's right, I can add it to her 7.
It just... Yeah.
How would you like to destroy her, M?
I'm gonna take it out from behind my back and go.
Yeah.
Straight across.
Nice. You go just over Ormia's head, woo, and strike Velle, hitting her right. The bow staff takes up a good portion of her head, right into the pillar.
Yeah.
Becomes a splatter on the pillar, and then flop down the pillar onto the floor in front of you, dead. Okay. Anything else for M this turn? Bonus action or movement?
I'm good.
Okay. Zhik turns, seeing that, and just sort of loses his shit.
Literally.
Sees
Everywhere.
snaps.
Cannon's all fired up, like, yeah!
Yeah. Yay! I killed it. He's looking down at her, bloodied corpse and up at you. And just goes to ram you. M.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice. Don't Google
Alright.
that.
Oh god.
And
Holy
he
shit.
hits you.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Okay.
Yeah.
He lowers his head and pulls bucks up underneath your head and gets just the edges of your jaw with his horns and gives 2 identical scrapes on either side.
Fall a little bit to the floor.
Nice. That's all he can do. He's just up in your face, blood and spit flying into your
Getting feelings.
eyes and such.
I'm gonna get him off of me, please.
I'm just gonna, let's see. I'm gonna say to Zhik, look, the way I see it, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. The easy way, throw your weapons down. The hard way, well, you're not getting out of this alive.
Oh, that's right, we won the question.
I'm gonna go ahead and hold my action. If he doesn't
Okay.
stand down, I'll go ahead and attack him.
Well, that's interesting, because he's pretty resistant to that. But I will say, I mean, it's compelling. He's in that situation. So go ahead and roll. Well, it depends on how you're delivering it. You can do persuasion or intimidation, depending on which way you intend it. But you'll have to do it with disadvantage, because he doesn't particularly fear death.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do intimidation.
Oh,
since
so
we're all
it's like-
smart.
It's like at this point he's like, I got nothing to lose.
All right. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
He doesn't even hear you. He's just trying to claw at Emercina.
Ugh. Come on, Felix. You can do better than that.
Will that trigger my hold action then?
Yeah, just you can have your bonus and everything, because you didn't really have to hold. I'll let you just keep it all.
So, actually, let's go ahead and do a unarmed strike. I'm gonna hit him with my fist.
Nice.
So I'll hold. Actually, no. Let's make this a little fancy. I'll plant the pole arm into the ground, and I'm gonna do a spinning kick. So I'm gonna roll the hit.
Oh, that is
Try not to hit me in
awesome.
the head.
Let's see.
A 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and that's gonna be 4 points of non-lethal damage, please.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So he's still conscious. By the tiniest measure, you crack him. You swing around and both feet kick him in the side of the head, and it's only his rage and fury that's keeping him barely conscious. He's mostly loopy now, just wildly swiping at M, but missing.
Sure. I'll go ahead and use my final superiority die, and
Okay.
I'll give M an attack.
Nice.
Frank said that you sounded like Mickey Mouse. Ed.
Oh, really?
That's weird. Oh, let I do an attack. Oh. Nice. Take that. That's awesome. We're having all the audio and technical issues tonight.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's been crazy.
Ugh. Oh, so you're doing another attack, Felix? Is that what you said?
No, I'm gonna give M an attack.
Oh, M. Nice. Okay, M.
Oh.
So you have
Yeah.
an attack.
Oh, thank you. I want to take one of my daggers.
Sorry, I take that back.
Oh,
I hate all the little requirements here. I have to be able to have a free attack action in order to do that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bummer.
And my turn then.
You liar.
Okay. He is hanging on by a thread. It's ridiculous right now. Emil?
I think Emil is just going to cast True Strike at him and won't attack him, hoping that his friends will incapacitate.
Okay. That's really cool. Oh, where's that? So it'll just be you that gets advantage if you use that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
And I assume I can still use my bonus to try and stealth again as usual.
And you're a very accomplished rogue, so should you want to, if you end up doing like a dagger or something that has a blunt end, I'd say you can spin it in a way that,
Yeah, I'm not sure I can do that with my bow though. So
Not with the bow.
That's
Nope.
That's why I'm not doing it. So.
Awesome. Okay. Oh gosh, and here I thought we'd be all set. I'm sorry, Sam. I can't do that, Sam.
What?
That was so creepy.
Yeah.
Open the pod bay doors, Dan.
Yeah.
You're communicating telepathically.
Wow.
All right, sorry, Ormia. Well, what does she have for weapons? She just uses the blunt end of her, the hilt of her rapier, I think, and attempt to attack Zhik. Really, as long as she hits. That hits. He has 1 hit point, so. He's wildly flailing around, so she'd probably hit him a little harder. Again, in the side of the temple that's already swollen up from a Caelynn double smacking it earlier. Just boom, knocks him over, collapses down on the floor next to Emersina, unconscious. Guys, that brings us out of combat.
Yay!
As that happens, because it would have come back to the Rheinland's turn, the light from this handheld lantern bursts even brighter, and you hear ripping and tearing. This time, while it doesn't hurt to look, it just fills the room with light. You can't see anything for a moment, and it fades equally fast. Now, filling the room, you see Rheinland and about 20-25 people laid about on the floor. They seem like folks of low or no means, most of them. Standard villagers, regular run-of-the-mill folks, honest, hard-working folks. Many of them unconscious. Some just looking around to assess where the heck they are.
But they're like alive.
Yeah, you see Rheinland sheathe her scimitar. I don't want to do that again.
What did you do? What happened?
Well, we were trapped in that lantern. Where is that cultist?
His body should be around here somewhere.
She looks around amongst the other people, and there's a couple unconscious bodies moderately covering, somewhat covering up the cultists, and she heads over there and sort of pulls off the Melora garb, Church of Melora garb, to examine the other symbol a little bit better. Shakes her head. I don't think she'd be upset enough to spit or anything, but she's not a fan of this guy. The lantern's no more. It's busted on the floor. Just the base of it's there with some scorch marks out on the floor. Well, we have some company. Apparently these folks were trapped in there. How long has it been? We're all still here, but we were in there for days.
Maybe 5 minutes? 10?
I'm glad we made it out when we did. Some folks just disappeared. Apparently if you're in there too long, that's it. We need some answers. And she kind of looks around to see who's alive and who's dead. She sees a splat that was Velle, and the satyr that's bloodied and beaten, head swollen on either side of the temple there, and cuts all over.
I'm gonna start standing up and brushing myself off and...
Okay.
Alright.
Well, we're all still alive.
Barely.
Is there anything to get off of these bodies, Dan?
Make an investigation check. And happy birthday!
Thank you!
Yay!
Alright,
Oh, happy birthday!
23 today.
Oh. Womp, womp, womp. 23? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Sure. Yeah, I don't think that landed, right?
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, it was pretty dismal. Pretty dismal. Caelynn's she's a little kind of dazed by the fighting still, and...
I mean, some stuff you find pretty easily. Let me just open up the is set aside for this place. Okay. 8. On the Satyr,
Uh-huh.
you find a satchel, well, 3 satchels, all with different amounts of currency inside. I'll list it here, and then I'll either put it in your inventory or split it amongst everyone, whatever you decide.
We can split it.
3 platinum pieces,
Okay.
156 gold pieces,
Oh yeah, we're splitting this.
38 silver pieces, and 21 copper pieces.
That's beautiful.
It's also got some really nice boots. You feel a little arcana coming off of them since you're proficient. A little magic to them.
Can I take the boots?
Sure.
Take those boots. Well,
Nice.
wait. They have magic coming off of them. Can I do an arcana check to see like what it is? Can I tell? Would I be able to tell if it's like good magic or bad magic?
No, you'd just be able to tell whether or not
Just
there
get
is
'em.
magic. But
Just
you
get
can-
him. I'm gonna get him.
Okay. You all see Caelynn start pulling the boots off the Satyr.
They're magic, okay?
I hope so.
It's fine. It's fine. Do they fit? Can I see? Do they fit my feet?
You put him on your feet. Now he had, hoof-like feet, and the boots had an open bottom, so he could walk around in them. As you put them on, they shrink to fit your foot, and they gain a sole to the bottom of them. They fit perfectly now.
This is gonna be either really good or really bad. I just kind of look at them and just kind of like, yeah, all right.
You take a
Okay.
step back.
I got this.
Your feet make no sound whatsoever.
Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, yeah, and I want to split the money amongst everyone.
Okay, I'll do that in
Yeah.
the part of
Okay.
the tracker. If you spend like 30 minutes, whenever, kind of playing around with the boots and trying to figure out
Yeah.
exactly what they do, then
Yeah.
you'll find out.
Okay.
You'll be able to identify
Okay,
them.
okay. I'm like, I hold up the bags of money. I'm like, guys,
They're big satchels
yeah,
of money.
I just shake them as I'm like walking out of my new boots.
It's like the satchels are bigger than Caelynn's head.
Nice. Oh, let me get Sam back in here. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, guys. So whatever you want to do. I mean, you've got this Satyr down and out, basically.
What
Is
about
the,
the compass? Don't we have to take it
Compass is still pumping blood out of him.
off?
I'll use my reaction to pick it up.
Okay, Ormia reaches down and picks up the compass. It finishes pumping out what it vacuumed up there, and then the legs retract back into it.
Are we still in combat?
No, you finished combat.
Okay.
Caelynn did a search around to see what, if anything, she could find. However, she only rolled an 8, but she did find several satchels of money and
splitting.
really snappy boots.
I point to him.
But if anyone else is so inclined, they're of course welcome to do an investigation check to look around and see if there's anything else. Otherwise, Ormia, you've picked up the compass. There's an unconscious Satyr. Okay. Emil, you scan the room. Oh, that's right, because you have some Arcana too. Oh, Em, oh no. You're just
Nothing.
like, you're busy trying to get the blood and spit off of you from that guy raving in your face. Emil, you sense a faint bit of magic off in one corner of the room. The top right corner behind and near that table up there. Is that something you want to...
Sorry, that was the northeast or the northwest?
Northeast, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go have a look.
You walk over, and there's a bunch of, mundane items, books, and inks down here, glasses, stone tablets, a broom, and as you sort of fall through, oddly enough, it's the broom that seems to have some sort of magic essence to it.
I think by now what we kind of know that Caelynn's our resident expert on magic, so I'm gonna call her over to inspect the broom because I know a bit of magic, but I'm still a hack. So
okay.
Yeah, I'll call her over and have a look.
Okay, I walk over, and he's holding up the broom. Take a look at it.
Make an intelligence check, if you would. Just a straight up intelligence. Caelynn. And you can do it with advantage since Emil is there assisting.
Okay. Alright.
Because you can already sense the magic coming from it that an Arcana check would do, so this will be straight up intelligence.
Nice.
Your hopes spike for a minute. You've read about items that hold magic, especially brooms. And you immediately look for anything etched into the side, any keywords or command words, and you find one.
Okay. Ooh.
A command word to activate this item. What would you like it to be? Like, Steph, what would you like it to be?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we'll go with.
I can't pronounce that one.
We'll go with Gryffindor.
Gryffindor or
Yeah.
Okay.
Gryffindor, like from Harry Potter.
Love it.
Broom, Quidditch.
Yeah, so you are looking for that. You see the command word. You sit the broom down and put one foot over it. Run your hands along the activation word there and say Gryffindor. And the broom levitates and lifts you up off the ground by about 5 feet.
What?
A little hard to keep your balance.
Yeah. I imagine
But you're
so.
hovering about head height, so maybe not 5 feet, but just hovering off the ground, so you're about head height with Emil.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's our height now.
Oh yeah. I'm just like, hey. Yeah, that's well, I guess I will lower back down. I mean, I don't know if, let's not get too ahead of ourselves of, flying around too much.
You take it for a little spin, yeah.
Yes.
On the corner.
Kind of like let it float and like, I'm a little surprised, a little startled. I'm not really sure how I feel about it, so I lower back down to the ground. And since Emil found it, I mean, because can anyone activate it?
You know the command word now, so anyone can with the activation word. There's a little more to it, and if you spend like a half an hour with it, or anyone spends a half an hour with it, they'll learn everything it can do.
Because since Emil found it, I mean, I'll offer it back to Emil to keep in his stuff. I'll tell him the command word.
Okay, well, Emil could carry it for now, but it seems like it's a party thing, so.
Absolutely.
We need a bag of holding, you guys.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
we do.
sorry, Sam. Let me get you back on the thing here. That was silly of me. Slowly, maybe this will work. Okay, so, you know what, Rhinewin looks up and says, these, cultists are like rats. If you're seeing one, there are dozens in the walls.
Oh.
She looks at Ormia, picking up the compass off of this creature.
I have the compass. I picked it up.
Okay. Yeah, well, just, for flavor, she kind of looks at you as she says that. I'm going to take these people back to their homes, make sure the path is safe outside, find a way out of this town, and these cultists are bad people, and they serve a deity that is in direct opposition to mine. And for the first time since I came here to the Prime, I feel like I have a calling. And I thank all of you who were kind and supportive. And he looks up at Ormia. I don't agree with all that you're doing now, but I know you're a good person. In the time we spent together, I got to know you. And I'll hold out hope that you remain true to that person. But I must do this. I must follow this calling. And if I'm able, I will seek you out in return. But for the time being, I need to root out these cultists of Zeboim. They're dangerous. Your goddess is dangerous. My goddess is calling me to do so. Hope you'll all understand.
Do what you need to do.
Literally what I was just about to say.
You both say M and Ormia say it at the same time. In stereo.
Elvish stereo.
Very well. She may or may not leave anything. I don't know what... I'm trying to think what she has. I think she has the bag of fossilized whatever it was. I just have to wait and hear from her to see what she might leave. So we'll plug that in probably next week.
Okay.
Stay true to yourselves. You're all good people. I really hope to catch back up with you all soon, rejoin you. Thank you. Starts patting one of the people on the back nearby, gathering everyone together. Heading up the stairwell and up to leave the church if the coast is clear. You're all left in this dimly lit room, flames dancing on the torches in the north end and on the candelabra and the two tables, and splattered Velle on the ground, dead cultist, shattered lantern, and a completely swollen and beaten, unconscious Zhik, the Satyr, at your feet.
Let's take a drink.
And it's silent because he's still thinking of it.
What would you guys like to do next?
Well, I'm gonna look around at the others, and if no one really does anything, I'm gonna knit down, grab the satyr by his shirt front, and slap him as hard as I can to wake him up.
We don't want to tie him up first.
I've got some rope.
He gets slapped as M pulls out some rope to start tightening.
Ormia is not thinking.
His head bounces off the ground as you slap it. Oh. It starts rousing, but he's already being tied up by M. Racino. Looks
Dan.
around, face right, about a foot away from this dead body of Velle. And he tries to get feisty, but he's just really beaten and bruised. He does not have the energy to. What have you done? What do you want? Just kill me already.
I want my information. Are you gonna give it to me now?
You want to know about your precious Yaris, right?
Yeah.
Promise me a swift death, and I will give you the information.
Alright, I promise you that. And if you lie to me, I will make you suffer.
I care little about what you'll do. I don't want Davros to know I gave information and still be alive. But I will tell you what I know of Yaris. Davros keeps him close for the time being until he's able to completely collect what's due him.
What do you mean what's due him? What deal did Yaris make?
I don't know the specifics of the deal. I just know that Davros is in the business of making deals, gaining power through them, often souls. But just as frequently, money, powerful items, whatever he can get his hands on to meet his ends. You'll find them in Tosa. But good luck getting to where he's staying. Oh. He's in Oren's Keep.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah. He laughs as though he figures you know what that is, too. Seems like he's telling the truth. Seems like he expects you to get why that's funny.
I'm just gonna kind of look at him, just one eyebrow raised.
The information you wanted, right?
How long ago did you bring him here?
Oh, maybe 3 weeks, a month?
Alright.
Just get it over with already. And he tries to lay his head down right next to Velle.
What is Davros?
Someone you shouldn't be seeking. He's Satyr Kai. Creature of the shadows. Deals in shadows. Dangerous man. Very.
But a man still. Do I know what that is?
You can make a history check if you want. And Caelynn. Because Caelynn's,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's better.
Okay. You both know that Satyr Kai are creatures from the Shadowfell, which is basically the dark version of the Feywild that you're in. They have this, their ancestors had the Shadow Curse. There's a whole lineage, but most of them still have the Shadow Curse, where they, well, that's as much as you know. I guess with a 15, you both know. And they are creatures that often serve and revere the Raven Queen as their goddess. They know that their souls will be pulled to the Shadowfell. And they lead a very dark life because the Shadow Curse drains them of all things positive. And they constantly battle the pull on their souls to be drawn back to the Shadowfell. So they often do things. Many of them wear bracelets with spikes in it that cause constant pain to feel alive and to reject that pull on their souls. They do a lot of depraved things. They try and live life to the fullest, only really caring about themselves, because they know for them it's something that can be gone at any time. And once they're in the Shadowfell, that's it. I think would be everything we know about Shadar Kai. They look like half-elves, elves, essentially. Very dark skin, be the basics. Brow-ish. Come. Right here.
One last question. How does one get into that fort?
Why? Simply be the ruler of Tosa and Kohera. Or steal the crystal from one, like Davros did.
Steal the crystal? What
Yeah.
crystal are you talking about?
The key. The Orin's Keep. Come now. Leave you at peace.
I'm gonna take a step back.
Anybody else have any questions?
Where's Tosa?
That's where we're heading, isn't it?
It's the capital city, the desert city of this kingdom, Kohera.
It's on the map.
No one has any questions. I suggest you all step out of the room for a minute.
Where do you get a crystal? He said off of...
Davros stole his from the recently deceased ruler, Kohera. I suppose the stand-in ruler may have one.
Alright.
Okay.
If no one else has any questions, I suggest you all step out of the room for a moment.
In response to that, Emil stabs the satyr.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Before Mia can.
Oh.
Ooh.
I was not going to stab him, actually. I was not going to stab him.
Emil will not answer that. He will just stare at you.
No, that was me, Sam, talking.
Nice. Emil, you just nice clean cut, and his head rests right next to Velle's smushed face. The very last bit of life he had draining out.
Well,
I wasn't going to torture him. And I just walk out.
Caelynn waits a bit and starts walking out.
I'm gonna start walking out, keeping a little side eye on Emil, a little bit. Thinking.
Okay. Y'all head up the stairs.
Did Felix go out too?
Before I leave, I actually want to check if the armor is just decorative or if it's actually functional.
Is it a warforged?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and poor Felix. Go ahead and do an investigation check.
Oh, as I'm walking out, I want to see
Yeah.
if there's like food on the table.
Okay, make a quick investigation check, Em. I'm not gonna make you do an investigation check, I guess, for the food. There's some stale bread on there.
I'll go ahead and swipe some as I'm walking out.
Okay.
Start munching on it.
Felix, it's tough to tell. It looks like Honestly, it looks like maybe at one point it was functional, but someone has fastened it to, the I can't think of the term, mannequin basically that it rests on to be ornamental.
I'll just mutter under my breath and walk up the stairs.
That's awesome.
Emil will walk over to one of the tables and, looking really thoughtful, he'll pull his dice out and roll them a few times, looking at the numbers as though there's some kind of a meaning there.
Okay.
And then he'll kind of shake his head and say, I don't know how I signed up to be a watchman over someone's soul. And then he'll leave and follow the others.
Okay. Emil comes up, minutes after everyone else is up on the top. The main doors are sealed, but Rhinewin and guests are nowhere to be seen. So it looks like maybe they've made their escape. Let me think. So everyone's dead, so no one explained what was going on in the town, I guess. Okay.
That's why we went in there.
Whoops. Oh well.
That happened.
I think that I guess that would be separate. So yeah, all right. You guys are in the church. What would you like to do in the center of town?
Can we glance out one of the windows and see if all the fiends and stuff are around still?
Do we want to?
Yeah, absolutely. You take a look around, and you see one of those ogre creatures that you had dealt with before is bloodied and dead.
Nev says you still have the battle music on.
Oh, yeah, I just shut it off. Thanks. I'll put it back on some sort of town here. Let's do this one.
By the way, I got a point to strike back because I get one back at the end of an encounter.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one. Did you understand me at all?
I didn't, sorry. I was like processing.
Sorry, I got a point of swagger back.
Oh, okay, neat.
Because I get one at the end of an encounter.
Oh, nice, okay. Ooh, right, I forgot about that too. Well, that's my bad, I missed it. You know what? No, we'll save it. So, you see the corpse of this giant ogre outside, freshly defeated. You see a few imps slain beyond that, and you think maybe Rhinewin and the posse of 20-some people fought back a little on their way out.
Cool.
I'm like close to Ormia and I ask her what she saw. What'd you see?
A dead ogre. Can I do a perception to see if there's any more like demons or anything?
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what you saw out of the window. You don't see any actively moving, and you see sort of a trail of dead bodies leading back out of town the way you guys came in.
Okay.
Follow the dead bodies.
A lot of dead bodies. Like dead villager bodies or dead fiend bodies?
From the window of the church, you don't see any dead villager bodies currently.
Okay. A lot of dead baddie bodies. Also, I'm really sorry about what happened downstairs. I wasn't in control of myself. That Pixie thing put some sort of spell on me, and I was watching it all. I couldn't do anything. But I'm really sorry.
We know.
Caelynn does her best as a dwarf to reach up, and she tries to hug Ormia. Gives her a nice pat on the back, pulls away.
Thanks. Now I feel worse.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Are you following the trail of corpses on your way to backtrack? Okay. Oh, let's see. All right. So Ormia, if you can roll a perception check as you guys are walking along. Okay.
That was almost a 3.
And if you can roll a dexterity saving throw.
I don't have my sword out. Dang it.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay. So as you're walking down the street past the corpses, la 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 la.
Another day.
One of there's a pile of imps off to the side. One of them seems to be a leader of some sort, a little bit stronger than the others. Has some armor on, little tiny like rodent skulls on a belt around its waist, and they're all lying there limp for the most part. That one shuffles a little bit as though it's awakened just a little bit and is trying to, in a surprise move, hurl some spell at you. You can see a visible arcane energy flying at you. You see it in time, and you quickly draw your sword to deflect it. And it's a strange type of magic, not any type of bolt you've seen to date. As it strikes the sword and the runes along the side of the sword, it has this, it's as though an ethereal plate of glass shattered around the sword, and cuts, you feel the pain of it cut through your hand. The imp just collapses from exhaustion, exerting the last of its energy. The runes on your sword that were absorbing whatever energy, basically, to empower the sword to use spells, completely wiped from the blade. However, glowing now on the back of your palm are a number of runes that run down and are actually running, like in sequence, like a animated picture, just constantly running and disappearing. And you feel arcane power in your hand. Essentially, you can cast, use, when holding the sword, it empowers the sword so that you can use your magic initiate feat, basically.
Well, that's
so 2
that's
cantrips
fun.
and a first level spell, I think. For
and I know what they are.
yeah, nice. Not quite what you had set out in mind, to accomplish with the sword, but it does. You can feel good to have that energy.
Well, I'm just gonna kind of look at it like, okay, that works. Sheath it again. Glance around, just make sure nothing else is awake, and then just finish sheathing it.
Okay. You guys continue through most of the town. You're on the outskirts where you first arrived. You see a couple of the those first 2 corpses that were on the very edge of the city now have their hands folded together. You see the door wide open to that building that had that family that you encountered when you first came in. And Ormia, no, I guess that's. I'll just have to wait and save that. Okay. You've been through enough. Okay, so on the road.
No, just keep piling it on. Just another half ton on top of the ton I have is fine.
Nice. You're on the road for a long haul. Are you guys heading straight up to Toso, or where would you like to head? You've cleared the city limits. You do...
Did we let the people know it was safe to come out of their houses, or did we just kind of forget about them too?
It seemed like a bunch of the doors were open now. Like maybe most of the town was cleared.
Do we see anyone? Are they still alive?
You didn't see any additional corpses from when you came in.
Okay.
And it looks there's a clear-cut path that Rhymwin and party made, and a lot of open doors to buildings that weren't open before. So it looks like maybe they went through and cleared everyone out as they cut through.
Okay, so maybe they left town, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is. You see footsteps and other things heading out,
smart.
adding.
Okay. I was gonna say there's still like cuddled in the houses. Perhaps we should check on them. Alright, so where to next?
Well, I think we're traveling to the capital. I'll find my map.
Agreed.
Do we know how far of a journey that will be?
It's like a 3-day, just a little over 3-day journey, 3.5 days.
Okay. There wasn't a town nearby, right? This was it. This monstrosity.
Well, there's Zeboim's Reach off to the west, which now that you know Zeboim doesn't sound friendly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. I'm ready when you guys are. Is it almost dark, Dan? Is it nighttime, or...
What was that, sir?
Should we rest? I mean, is it nighttime?
Let's see. Actually, it's still because that was mid-morning. So, I mean, sneaking around town and doing all that. We'll say it's afternoon. It's probably like 1:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So we can travel and then rest on the road and then travel again. I think it was like 2 days to get here from the last place we were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeehaw.
Okay. So you guys begin your travels. Very weary on the first afternoon and evening. Okay. You set up camp and stop me if there's anything that you want to add.
Can I... So we're setting up camp, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I want to spend a little time looking at my boots.
Ooh.
You said if I study the boots for a bit, for like a half hour, that I can find out exactly how they work.
So you spend a little bit of time doing just that. These
just
perfectly
look
fitting
at
boots.
them and just, study them,
It's just been amazing that, no matter what terrain you're on, running, walking, no matter what, your footsteps don't make a sound. You recognize these as you're studying them, and it clicks. You're like, oh, okay, nope, yeah, I remember these, studying these as a sage. These are boots of elven kind.
Ooh.
So while you wear these boots, your steps make no sound, regardless of the surface you're moving across. You also have advantage on dexterity stealth checks that rely on moving silently. So if it's based on moving quietly and not being heard, you have advantage on those stealth checks now.
Which, doesn't that cancel out your disadvantage from your armor?
Yeah. Yep, you'll be a regular stealth roller
Gosh.
for this, and I'm going to put that in your inventory here.
I'm such a stealthy dwarf fighter with armor.
Do you want to take a look? Are you taking a look at the broom too, or having anyone else take a look at the broom?
I mean, I can take a look at it, or Emil can take a look.
Oh, right,
at
Emil.
it.
I'm sorry, you're carrying it
Yeah.
currently.
Emil, it's in Emil's carriage, whatever, backpack.
Yeah, Emil's not really interested in looking into it, so if somebody else wants to take it and play with it, go for it.
Y'all see him walking with a broom on his back.
I mean, I'd be willing to take it, and I'll go up to Emil and be like, "Hey, Emil, do you mind if I take a look at the broom and study it for a bit so I know how it works?"
Emil hands it to you wordlessly and kind of moves off on his own. He's looking really kind of sullen and withdrawn.
Okay, I'm like, thanks.
You spend a little time looking at this as well, reflecting that this is probably some of what the cultists owed Davros. They talked about payment.
Mm-hmm.
Some other things come to mind: the lampshade, all the shadows that were trapped in the lamp. Knowing that he's a Shaddar Kai now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe all these things were items and people and souls and stuff that perhaps were due to Davros. As far as the broom, this broom goes, you of course recognize it as a broom of flying. This wooden broom, which weighs 3 pounds, functions like a mundane broom until you stand astride it and speak its command word. It then hovers beneath you and can be ridden in the air. It has a flying speed of 50 feet. It can carry up to 400 pounds, but its flying speed becomes 30 feet while carrying over 200 pounds. The broom stops hovering when you land. You can send the broom to travel alone to a destination within 1 mile of you if you speak the command word, name the location, and are familiar with that place. The broom comes back to you and you speak another command word, provided that the broom is still within 1 mile of you.
Oh, nice. I'm just making a note.
You all hear Caelynn like, "Oh, sweet."
Wow, that's really...
At the broom.
This is great. I'm looking at the broom in my hand. And retrieve. Okay. Okay, so I studied it. I go back and give it to Emil or place it with his stuff, whatever he's doing, if we're resting or whatever. Give it back to him. And, yeah, okay, I'm done.
Is this just like an open field area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go a ways distance from everyone once we've made camp, and I'm just gonna kind of experiment with this new magic that I have. Figure out what I can do. And it's gonna be really fun and very creepy.
Awesome. Yeah, you practice drawing your sword, focusing that energy on it. And, you know, your cantrips take a little bit of getting used to, but you find that the level of arcane energy required is this wispy little bit. And you're just able to constantly, again and again and again, cast these cantrips. The other spell, you feel wiped after you use your first level spell. Like, I need a rest before I can do that again. Mm-hmm. But you get the hang of casting it through your weapon.
I'll tell you what the spells are later.
Okay, neat. The visual effects are slightly different depending on the spell, too. So, but they're appropriate. Good spell. Okay. All right. Anything? I'll skip the next couple. And I'm gonna roll to see if there's any random encounters. But
the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say that Emil doesn't sleep that night, so he keeps watch all night, but he can't sleep. He's really bothered by what's happening. So.
Okay.
I'm just gonna meditate under a tree. Kind of keep to myself a little bit.
Neat. Hey, thanks for the cheer, Jade. Yay. All right. M does that. Sets off in the camp. Ormia comes back at one point. Little sweat in the brow from practicing this new magic casting from the weapon. Felix, is there anything you're doing? And M and Felix and Ormia, do you guys have any reactions to the broom, or are you just sort of not really caring about?
Yeah.
That's really cool and could possibly come in very handy. I'm gonna try to sleep. Like, actually get a good night's rest.
Okay.
Just let her have her fun. Just don't set anything on fire or something. Like, just don't run into trees if you fly on it. Or...
Caelynn
just be careful.
Nods. Oh, yeah. I think, Caelynn's going to sleep. He's tired.
Anything for Felix?
Felix is feeling kind of wiped, so he's just going to grab a blade of grass and kind of chew on it while he sleeps on his backpack.
Okay.
You couldn't have made us a meal or something? You're chewing grass?
What happened to all that cooking?
I know!
That's great.
You're cooking.
Too tired. Just rolls over.
Perfect.
Maybe in the morning.
All right. Oh, jeez, another 3. Okay. All right. So first night, nothing. You just have a good night's rest. Emil, you're keeping watch. Regular woodland sounds, but nothing dangerous. You're able to travel on foot the next day. Let me make sure I give you guys all a long rest here.
Oh, please.
Long rest. And
Yes.
once again, second night, no troubles, but stop me if you have any roleplay you want to do in the second night. Third, let's see, 1, so that's half a day sleep. 1, 2, 3. So you've got 1 more sleep, and that one was uneventful. So you guys end up approaching the edge of Tosa by the 3.5 days, basically, of travel.
Mm-hmm.
Let me share this out.
Lovely.
Ooh, yeah, another masterpiece.
It's lovely design. It's beautiful.
I figure I've got to get a little bit better each time, and then it won't be...
I think it is. I think it definitely is getting better.
Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's sort of a sight to behold. Now, it's in the middle of a large desert, as is. And once you approach, you can see a couple of large sections of earth that have seem to have been pulled out of the ground and are levitating up above. One of them has a massive castle on it. Another one seems to be empty from here, and then the furthest one has like a palace. It's palatial, this magnificent building with these huge towers and a big, some sort of bright, shiny, white stone wall that surrounds it with a large staircase leading up to it. You also see, thank you, you also see a huge cyclone. Come on, this camera. There we go. Okay. A huge cyclone swirling. It has to be miles wide, swirling around and around, but it forms a dome shape and is widest at its base on the desert floor. A number of moderate-sized buildings dot the landscape here, this section of town, with some mountains, small mountains in the center. You think you can see the gleam of some water in the opening between all the mountains. A massive sand dune, basically. I don't think you'd be able to see the doorway in it there until you approach, the very edge of town. Then you could probably see, it looks like a mine of some sort. There's some hard earth covered with softer earth, and then a lot of loose sand blowing around about that. As you reach the very edge of the buildings, there's no walls that guard off the edge of this city or perimeter, but you do see a number of guards. They're in uniform, walking back and forth, sort of patrolling the edge of this town. I think, Caelynn, if you want to do history check, since you're proficient, and if anyone else, I don't think anyone else is proficient, but if anyone else, you are, okay, go ahead and roll a history check, just to see if you...
Oh, not today.
What we got? Oh, bummer. Woo! Felix. Okay, so Felix and Caelynn, you have heard of the creatures that are wearing this armor. They are Jan.
They're Jan?
Jan, Jann.
Okay.
They have the appearance of tall half-elves. Their skin is a golden sand color. You're close enough to see, the eyes of some of them as they patrol, some stand guard. They have this supernatural intensity to their eyes. All males and females all have a very strong build. And you two recognize them. They're essentially the weakest of the genies.
Oh.
And so they often perform roles that serve and protect the other genies. But they're very smart, for the most part. Typically, they're very smart, very strong. And here they seem to be guarding and patrolling the city of Tosa. Wind whips the sand around. As you've been crossing the desert, it hasn't been too pleasant without anything to sort of guard faces. But especially here on the very edge of town, you feel a lot of this sand whipping at you.
My eyes.
Huge dome of sand and air blowing around. And you have arrived in Tosa. And that's where we'll end our session tonight.
Half blind from the sand blowing in our eyes.
No.
All right.
All right.
Woo. Hey, everyone's alive. Everyone kicked butt.
We survived.
This is great. Yeah.
That was a long battle.
That was pretty long.
Scary.
But we're all alive, yay.
No kidding. Let me give you the Broom of Flying. I will give everyone their... I'm just going to evenly distribute. Fantasy Grounds lets me evenly distribute... Oh, thanks for another cheer, Jade. Fantasy Grounds lets me evenly distribute all the loot. So I'm going to do that.
Ooh, nice. That was a fun. Love that.
So welcome to level 4. That's exciting. You guys have all had long rests, so you have everything now. All your spells, all the stuff.
Perfect.
My AC is now 11.
Woohoo!
Yay!
You know what, Felix? One of the first shops that you happen to see just on the edge, because it's one of the most prominent shops for people arriving, is an armor shop. Actually, what's it called? It's called the Pan and Stick.
Nice. Nice. I wonder if they have Warforged here. Somewhere.
There's secrets for everyone in this town, if
Oh,
you're curious enough to find them.
Easter hunt.
I went to town on this place because I had like 2 good solid days.
You went to town on the town?
Yeah, this town got town right the town up. You know? And let me give everyone their loot. Oh, someone's gonna need to take the 3 platinum pieces though, because it won't distribute that. Caelynn, you want to hang on to it since you picked it up, or would you like to give that to someone?
I'm the one holding the party funds, but you can take it if you want.
You're holding the party funds?
Yeah, I have 200 golden party funds.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'll give it to Ormia. Caelynn trusts Ormia.
Okay. All
Ugh,
right.
ouch.
Put that in your inventory. 3 platinum pieces. How exciting. All right, Ormia, that's in there.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I gotta stand up a second for Nev. Here you go, Nev.
And
Got
Dan,
Yeah.
I already removed the 1 potion I used from my inventory.
Oh, okay. All right, I won't touch it then.
Yeah.
No nerdy shirt this week, Nev.
Aw.
No.
That's okay.
It's still awesome.
Oh, God. All right, guys. Well, thanks. Players, as always, you guys are amazing, and it was so cool to see you guys navigate your way through all that and come out the other side here. We'll have some role play next next session. A little less
Yeah.
battle, a little more role play.
Got some money, got a broom, got some boots.
Yeah.
Good day, guys. Good day.
Things just met up. I mean, being in the Feywild and the cultists owing things to Davros, and you guys happened to be there during that meeting, the deal. Like, well, there'd be stuff there, so what would it be?
Dark Searchman has a question. Would Ormia have used the compass on the satyr if Emil hadn't killed him?
She already tried. Thank you. I don't have the chat up. My computer's struggling. She already tried, and it wasn't taking the satyr's blood. So I'm assuming that it doesn't accept fate blood. I was actually planning on shooting him in the head once everyone was out of the room.
Ooh, interesting. I love that Emil was like, no chances.
Nope.
Yeah. The dynamics keep,
Done.
growing.
She wanted to splatter his head across the floor.
Oh.
And see what the pistol did in close range.
Oh, the pistol, right? I keep forgetting you've got the pistol now instead of the other thing. So awesome.
Which I'm going to be looking for that name in this town.
Oh, right. Yeah. Extra cool. Yeah, I really can't wait for you guys to kind of dig in on the rest of this stuff. I think you're going to find some interesting things in here.
So we're still in the Fae, right?
Oh, yeah, still the Feywild. Yep. You're in the far reaches of the Feywild.
Is the Fae... I don't have that much experience, but is the Feywild as big as, like, what we know as, like, Earth?
Yeah, it essentially mirrors the geography.
Like another plane of existence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The geography itself is mirrored for the most part of the Prime. It's like an echo of the Prime.
Okay.
Which I guess.
Now, does the same thing go into effect for the Dark Fae? Is it the same
the Shadowfell? That's
the
essentially
Shadowfell.
Same
Just
type
another
of
plane
geography.
of existence. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, neat. So many cool things here in the Fae.
Calm down, Dan. Calm down. Calm down.
What's fun is sometimes there's memory problems. When you leave the Fae, you might not remember anything that happened there. Which isn't so much of a problem as long as some people remember.
Does it matter how long you've been in the Fae, or is it just by chance?
It does, but you'd have to be here quite a substantial amount of time to have it go up to a more different difficulty. Because I think you rolled for this before, and this is like your history check on the Feywild. But that's just one of the interesting things. There are methods to get the memory back, like restoration spells and other things.
Okay.
But if no one remembers, like if everyone fails their rolls, that's the only way. It would be pretty funny, because then no one would be like, "Oh, hey, you don't remember? We were in the Feywild."
No one would
like,
remember.
"What? Where's Garrus?"
How did we get this broom? We have this broom.
We've got to get into the Feywild. Oh gosh.
Where did this Warforged come from?
Awesome, yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember getting him.
Yeah, so thank you, players. I know it's really late, so thank you very much for being here, being amazing. Thank you, chat, for being so wonderful. You're hilarious. I love reading chat. Thank you, Jade, for the cheers. That's so cool, and we're super glad to have you here. As always, we stream every Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern till about 1 a.m. And if you've missed any episodes and you want to catch them, you can always go to our YouTube page, where we have all the episodes up to date. Lots of fun stuff. Hope to catch you all here next week. It was a blast. You guys rock. And we'll see you in your magical boots next week. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.